Welcome to Moose Plays, everyone. I'm the Liquor Moose, and today we will be going over my semifinals team builder for the second season of the UPA D-League. This week we will be going up against, once again, the man, the myth, the legend, TheFlyingBird. And yeah, this is probably the match I'm least looking forward to because couple things. First off, Bird is definitely the person I wanted to rematch against the absolute least. Our game was really close. I did end up winning on in a 1-0 fashion, very, very close. Literally all I had left was Jolty on at 1 HPs. So it was really close. On top of that, unfortunately, when I did win, Bird said he really only prepped in half an hour, which is really unfortunate because now he's gonna probably go ham in prep, I'm going to assume. So that's always not great for me because I'm kind of the belief that if I ever have to rematch someone and I won, then I'm already on the back foot because Bird has seen how I've already won, which granted now is a little bit different. Now that I've made transactions, I could potentially bring different stuff, so some of that is that isn't as big of a factor. But what is a gigantic factor though is that this is my 4th semifinals appearance. I have never made it past the semifinals. In all 4 semifinal situations, well, I guess in the 3 previous semifinal situations, it was all rematches where I lost the only one that really mattered. So, I swear, it's just I swear I'm trapped in a purgatory, but I really have to make it so the 4th time is the charm, and hopefully I can defeat Bird and make it to my first finals appearance because that would be hype as fuck. So yeah, that's enough talking about that because we need to talk about Bird's team. So his team did not change since the last time I built for him, but he did make transactions right before he played me in the season. So I mean, that's already a huge thing. He very well said, "Hey, I'm bringing this for you." But anyways, so Bird's team consists of Zygarde 50, Megaane, Thundurus T, Keldeo, Silvally, Alolan Persian, Bronzong, Venomoth, Mischievous, Chansey, Barbaracle, and Talonflame. His Z users being the Zygarde 50, the Alolan Persian, and the Barbaracle. So, biggest threats on this team this time around, in my opinion, is still probably the Zygarde and the Thundurus T. Last time, I said it was definitely Talonflame and Megaane, but I have a Azumarill now, so I can offensively pressure them slightly better. Yeah, so Zygarde obviously is a huge threat every single time you go up against it, so that makes sense. I think Thundurus T, even though my transactions I think helped my overall matchup against all the other teams left, made my overall matchup against all the other teams I kind of planned to play against got a little bit better. I think Thundurus T's matchup in this got a little bit better though because yeah, I basically I ended up picking up a water type that is most likely going to come to this match, and Thundurus T preys on water types like no tomorrow. So yeah, a little unfortunate, but I'm going to have to play around it. Past that, Megaane and Talonflame are still decently big threats that I do have to check. Keldeo is actually not as big of a threat as it was last time because, again, Azumarill's typing just matches up relatively nicely against Keldeo, so that's always nice. And then again, the rest of the stuff, again, there's a lot of stuff that I can kind of see Bird bringing. I kind of doubt he brings Mischievous when he already has Bronzong to be a good Diggersby switch-in, unless he really wants to be immune to both stabs and then to Will-O-Wisp. But yeah, also I don't expect Chansey to show up because that's just pure Mega Gallade fodder. And then past it, yeah, again, there's a lot of things that Bird could bring, and I'm not too sure that I can pinpoint an exact 6. So either way, with that out of the way, let's just go over the team that I decided to bring for this match. So we're going to start off with some sets that are pretty much close to exact, if not the exact same as last time. So we do have a specially defensive Skarmory once again to be my my best switch into the Megaane. And yeah, obviously I Oko with Iron Head back, that's a no-brainer. Brave Bird is here specifically to deal more damage to the Keldeo and the Zygarde and stuff like that, or just more damage to things not named oh my goodness, not named Megaane. Roost obviously for some recovery, and we have Stealth Rocks this time. We had Spikes last time. But that was honestly only because we still had Deancey last time, which I could afford to run rocks on, so which led me to be able to afford to run, be able to to afford, Jesus, to run spikes on Skarmory. In the end, Stealth Rocks is definitely more important in this match because he does have a Thunderous that takes 25%, sorry, every time, and a Talonflame which takes 50%. Most other things on his team, the only thing really that I would rather have the Spike Up for is the Zygarde, but I do think I have some decent ways around the Zygarde, so I'm not really too worried about that. I guess technically, I would rather have spikes for Keldeo, and then it also depends on the Silvally type, but I can't really help what Silvally type he brings. Everything else I'd much rather have rocks for, so I'm fine with just clicking rocks. And yeah, it's the same spread as last time. The only thing that changed from last time is that I have Stealth Rocks instead of spikes, just because I couldn't really find another rocker to fit in the match. So next up we have close to the same Hydreigon set, not quite the exact same. So we are Scarf Hydreigon like we were last time. Again, as much as I hate bringing Scarf Hydreigon because it's just like, oh, Scarf Hydreigon, Scarf Hydreigon, Scarf Hydreigon. It's like the best set, and it's unfortunately standard. This is definitely, out of all the times that I've brought Scarf Hydreigon, which unfortunately is a lot in the past while, it definitely has the best matchup against Bird, as it just gives me the best safety net to be able to outspeed his Mega Diancie, KO with the Flash Cannon, and also be able to outspeed Zygarde at +1, which is really important, and be able to either KO it or extremely dent it with Draco Meteor, which is fine. This time we are fully special. We decided not to run Superpower, as again, I'm kind of narrowing or trying to narrow this stuff, because last time I had Superpower in case on the rare chance that he did bring Chansey. I highly doubt that he would bring Chansey, because again, it's pure Mega Gallade fodder. So U-turn basically serves the same purpose as Superpower wasn't going to do a whole lot to the Chansey anyways, so I could just U-turn on it, basically serving the same purpose, and then going into my Mega Gallade and being able to set up. So, barring the U-turn, we are pretty much the exact same set. We did change a little bit in the speed. I decided, Bird doesn't really have a real reason to run Jolly Zygarde, so I feel like he's going to run Adamant, so we are creeping his... What are we creeping? His Venomoth, in case he does bring that. That's another thing I don't really expect to show up, because especially Defensive Skarmory on my part is already a very likely bring for his Mega Diancie, and that's, especially Defensive Skarmory is basically, the best, a really good stop to Venomoth as well, since I 4 times resist his Bug Buzz, so it's only a regular resist for Bug Buzz, and then I'm immune to Sludge Bomb anyways. So yeah, and then obviously, even if he does put my Skarmory to sleep, I have Scarf Hydreigon here to be able to KO at +1. So that is a thing. So anyways, I got off topic. Scarf Hydreigon does Scarf Hydreigon things. We're creeping his Venomoth, which can still outpace an Adamant Zygarde, and then I highly doubt he would run Max Speed Silvally. He would end up creeping... What would he creep on my team? Kind of looks like the Diggersby, so I kind of doubt he would run Max Speed Silvally. I don't even know if Silvally shows up. I don't really know what his specific prep would be, but anyways, that's enough of the Hydreigon. Let's move on to the Mega Gallade set, which is close to the exact same. The only difference is that I didn't realize I had an even HP last time, so I just put the remaining 4 into Special Defense, because why not? Because this is a really good set against Bird. It's able to set up, obviously, this can set up, any Mega Gallade can set up all day against a Chansey, so that's fine. This specific Mega Gallade is able to set up against the Bronzong that he brought last time, as I did see that I was able to do. Even with 1 bulk up, I do an insane amount of damage to his Bronzong with the Drain Punch, so I'm fine with that. Ice Punch there for the Zygarde, as at +1 it does guarantee Oko. And then Rock Tomb is there, again, for the Talonflame, since it's a really big threat. And as we saw, he didn't bring max attack Talonflame last time. I didn't actually know that, so like we saw, Rock Tomb easily KOs that, even unboosted, and Rock Tomb is, out of all the rock coverage I get, is the least likely to miss, so I did decide to go for that. And then, as well, Rock Tomb has the added benefit, if he is Charty Berry Talonflame, then I break the talent, or I make him, I guess, eat the Charty Berry, and then it lowers his speed, so that way I guarantee outspeed for the next one, so that's always good. And then Bulk Up is obviously the linchpin of this set. So yeah, that's all the sets that are exactly the same from last time. So this is different stuff, or at least some things that are adjusted enough to warrant kind of being categorized different. So first off, we have something that was I mean, I didn't have this the last time I played Bird, but it was a relatively obvious bring. It was clear that I think Azumarill was going to show up anyways, as Bandit Aquajet, I believe, is a guaranteed kill on both Megaane, like offensive Megaane and offensive Talonflame. Excuse me. So like I kind of like not really cut my losses, but like I can't really abuse Bird's team as much as I could against Blitz with Talonflame. So being max attack isn't as big of a deal. So what I'm doing instead is we're making myself a little bit more bulky, adding an Assault Vest and being able to pivot into Keldeo more easily, because he didn't bring Keldeo last time, but Keldeo, like last time, was a gigantic threat, especially since my Celebi is like extremely pressured, and he has because it was like that match, it was basically forced to check both the Zygarde and the Keldeo should he have chose to brought it, but he didn't. And then he had the Talonflame to just kind of burst through my team once my Celebi went down. So, or at least like, I guess he more so brought the Talonflame to break through my Celebi, so that way his Zygarde or his Keldeo could go to town. So, yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, so now we are Assault Vest Azumarill to be able to pivot into all variants of Keldeo easier. He can't 2-hit KO even if he specs. And Play Rough is a guaranteed OHKO on him, like speed creeping my Celebi. Or I guess, yeah, I think it's still also a KO on Hydreigon, like if he's creeping Hydreigon as well. So Play Rough is relatively free on that. And then past that, that was definitely the best, or was that the best? I don't remember if that was what this investment was for. It definitely started that way, and I think I increased it a little more for something else, but I don't... Oh, no, right. Okay, I do remember. So with this investment, I guarantee two-shot a max HP. Oh my goodness! I guarantee two-shot a max HP Bronzong with knockoff, assuming he's not Colberberry, because I would knock off deal a minimum 50. Like I don't remember the. I guess it'd be 59, and then without the item, I deal 41. I calculated it was a guaranteed 2-hit KO, like based on like the actual damage rolls, not the percent. So. I can guarantee. So with this investment, I can guarantee 2-hit KO, max HP, non-Colberberry Bronzong. I'm not too sure if he if he brings Bronzong again. Like I get it's definitely his best switch into Diggersby. So I'm not really sure how he wants to play around that. But either way, past that we have like just the standard stuff. Aquajet is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on offensive Mega Diancie and offensive Talonflame should he choose to bring them. Again, I could have been like max attack choice band to like I don't remember if I think it guaranteed knocks out Talonflame, but I think it's a roll to knock out DNC. But either way, it's more so just to like catch him a bit off guard, and then liquidation just for main stab, because honestly, barring knockoff, like what was it that like eats all of these hits? There was like it basically like depended on like a few things like the Silvally type, and like if you Silvally Steel, then a lot of this stuff like just doesn't really dent it, so liquidation is definitely the best thing I have to hit that should he choose to bring it. And then even like Venomoth, I would need liquidation for to really dent, even though he obviously isn't going to switch in Venomoth onto this. But yeah, I just figured that liquidation is just really good, as like Play Rough does more to Zygarde than Ice Punch does anyways, so there's no point in having Ice Punch. And Play Rough is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on Thundurus, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So, anyways, that's enough rambling about that. Oh, and then the 40 speed is just like for general speed creeping. Like, I wasn't really sure. Like, his base 50 mon is Chansey. I don't see that coming, so if he's trying to creep like one of his slow mons, like his Bronzong or something, it's just to like kind of give him some issues. So, anyways, next up we have a definitely more refined Celebi set than I had last time. So, last time, Bird forgot to add Crunch on his Zygarde, which was like apparent from his prep, because I looked at the team, he accidentally put Extreme Speed on twice. But anyways, so with the speed investment, I guarantee outspeed max HP Barbaracle, so I can Giga Drain that and knock it out in one hit. And then with this investment, we can guarantee live Choice Banded. Choice Bandit, like, we are not to be KO'd by Choice Bandit Crunch after rocks with the Colberberry, so even if I just have to HP Ice and just get a good chunk off and be able to revenge it, even if he does, like, I'll be able to find out if he's, like, banded, if he just, like, even if he just crunches right away, I can guarantee live the next one so I can get HP Ice off and then be able to basically revenge with either, I guess at that point, if he's locked into Crunch, it would be, I would go into a Azumarill and launch a Play Rough. And then even if he sets up and then does the crunch thing, then he has to take 2 HP ices. In the event where he crits me, I can always revenge with Scarfhide Dragon, so it's no big deal. I think this is definitely a much better Celebi that is only focused on Zygarde 50, since I'm not focusing on switching this in onto Keldeo as well. Because last time I had to run like max bulk and then also Assault Vest, so I did think about Tankaberry, but since I'm running enough speed for the Barbaracle, I don't think Tankaberry is necessary. I think I can get away with Colbur Berry, and hopefully this set can not necessarily catch Bird off guard, because I think it's a relatively obvious set, but it's definitely, I think, the best one for this match. So, yeah, again, not too much to say. Like, Giga Drain, obvious stab that's just good and can knock out the Barbaracle. Hidden Power Ice is here for the Zygarde. Recover, in case I can get some HP back, I would definitely like to. And then we have U-Turn here. I thought about adding rocks onto this and possibly putting spikes back on Skarmory, but in the end, like, if he for whatever reason doesn't bring Zygarde, or is like locked into or if he's locked into Banded Thousand Arrows like he was last time, it's definitely in my best interest to U-turn rather than to set up rocks in that case, just to get momentum on him, because it kind of leads into like my last mon, I guess, because like I had to basically put I basically had to bring Jolteon, because, like, look at the rest of my team and look at Scarf Thundurus. Like, the rest of this team was, like, Scarf Thundurus food. And, like, because I, like, really, like, I honestly thought I built pretty optimally last time. So, I didn't really want to change too much. And at the same time, like, I was Flame Orb last time, basically just to outspeed his Barbaracle if it gets a Shell Smash up. I honestly have no idea whether he would bring Barbaracle again, like, to a serious game. There is a chance, and if he does bring it, then I guess I'm going to have to catch it off guard. Like, when... I don't know, like, I'm going to have to catch it off guard, hope that Skarmory can, like, eat a hit. I guess if I have Sturdy up, I guarantee eat a hit. But yeah, like, it was honestly, like, looking at what I could have brought in the last slot, it was either picking which was a bigger threat to my team, which is either like Barbaracle or Scarf Thundurus. He didn't bring Scarf Thundurus last time, and I thought I had a pretty decent matchup. And now that it's playoffs, I think Bird is going to take this game slightly more seriously, and I honestly think he's going to bring, like, I think Scarf Thundurus is definitely the more likely and bigger threat to my team. So now that this is an extreme Scarf Thundurus counter by any means, but he was awfully aggressive in switching in his Thundurus into Jolteon last time, and as well he could switch in Zygarde onto this, so I can always I can always sub up on his switch out on, say he does bring the Keldeo, I can always, and it does kill something, I can always bring this in to quote-unquote revenge it, since I do guarantee 2-hit KO Keldeo with this investment, and I guarantee Oko the Barbaracle. I don't remember if I guarantee Oko after rocks or if it's like a regular Oko, but either way, like, I'm pretty sure it's after rocks, but regardless, this, like, I've brought this kind of Jolteon, like, multiple times. I didn't, like, this is definitely not a match where I think Work Up is the play. I heavily considered Toxic instead of HP Ice, but the only thing, like, I wasn't really too sure, as, like, both of these, like, both Thunderbolt plus Toxic and Thunderbolt plus HP Ice is, like, relatively not effective against a Bronzong. And then, like, the rest of his Pokemon, I'm just honestly not too sure. Like, it was basically, do I want Toxic on the Zygarde or the Thundurus, or do I just want the straight damage? HP Ice is guaranteed 2-hit KO on non-Yachi Berry Zygarde. So I think that was definitely the main reason I went with HP Ice, because, like, just getting that much damage onto a Zygarde is really huge, and even if he is, like, Scarf Thundurus, it still does, like, I think 34 min, which is not enough, but I mean, that at that point, then I find out that he's locked into something, or, honestly, he's either, like, going to be locked into Focus Blast or something like that. Like, just with this set, I'll be able to basically scout for his lock into Thundurus, and he can't lock himself into a stab move, which is really important. So we are sub Baton Pass again, so basically to grant some free switches into stuff, and again, like, the same deal. If he's, like, if I have a sub up and he switches into Thundurus, if he is Scarf, then he goes first and knocks out my Jolteon. Then I find out what he's locked into, and then I can, like, Baton Pass safely into the Pokemon accordingly. Or if he isn't Scarf and I get Baton Pass out, then I can offensively pressure and get basically a free switch into something because the sub is taking the damage. But yeah, so, and then like obviously Thunderbolt, HP Ice, like speed for Talonflame, like investments easy, but like it was really a toss up between whether I think he brings Barbarical or Scarf Thunderous. I think in a game that has much more implications than just like, you know, a season game, I think Scarf Thunderous is definitely coming over Barbarical. Both could come, and I could really regret all of my choices, basically. I probably should have a taunt user on here somewhere, but that's beside the point. It's way too late to try to change what we're going to play with, but yeah. So anyways, that is the team we are going to rock with. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Tell me how you think we're going to do, because let me tell you, I really want to break my semifinals curse. I want to make it to the finals and have a real shot at winning a championship. Unfortunately, I have to go through the #1 seed to do it, but yeah, I'm just really hoping that I really want to win this game because I want a shot at an actual championship and make my first finals appearance. So yeah, keep your guys' eyes out on the channel tomorrow for when the battle versus Bird goes live. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.